What would you say if my doctor told me not to see a chiropractor because they're dangerous?
Great question. And this is one that is rather frustrating for me. So I'd say a couple things. Number one is when you think about like car insurance. Okay. So car insurance, if there's somebody on the road that's a really poor driver and they get lots of speeding tickets or accidents, what's their car insurance premiums going to be like? They're going to be sky high if they can even, get insurance at all. And so the same thing applies to medical practices or providers. So if you have a provider that is a higher risk, and insurance companies, they could care less about what the beliefs and thoughts are of, different, different people. All they look at is the stats and the data and the numbers. And so if you look at, malpractice insurance premiums, medical doctors you get into specialties or surgeons and things like that are are just astronomical compared to chiropractors. Chiropractors probably have some of the lowest malpractice premiums that are out there. And the reason for that is because it is extremely safe. And we see patients all the way from, just hours or weeks old to, up in their 90s and beyond. And if you see a good chiropractor that knows what they're doing, again, does a thorough exam, then the chances of something, happening are very, very minimal. And the insurance companies know that, which is why, chiropractors malpractice is so low compared to other healthcare professions. And the other thing I would say is that's rather interesting is that if you look at just the statistics out there regarding our healthcare system and model right now, depending on which one you look at, it actually shows that medical errors are, this is according to the British Medical Journal, medical errors are the third leading cause of death right now in the US. So going into your doctor and having some sort of test or procedure, something going wrong, that's just what happens in like a medical facility. That doesn't even account for what happens like outside of the offices and with suicides from taking antidepressants or things like that. If you factor all that in, then easily our healthcare system is the number one cause of death right now. And that's unacceptable. And so we got to change that. And when more people understand that chiropractic is the safest and most effective form of healthcare, it's the foundation for people and their health, and start using that first and using drugs and surgery second, then that's where we're going to start to change and move the needle on some of those numbers.